everyone and welcome to another Elliott Wave Forecast video day. My name is Eric. Today is the 20th of November around 5:20 p.m. Eastern Times, and today we're gonna take a look at one instrument that is interesting. The levels that we're trading in is an instrument that is driving a lot of people into a buy it, and with a lot of reasons why to buy it, because the risk is almost 60 cents, is very low. It is something that it is dangerous because it's a company that can go out of business. No question asked, or be bought up. No question asked. But the question is, it is the right timing, or the question is, it is the right trade at this moment. Before everything, I want to say that in Elliott Wave Forecast, and I repeat, my name is Eric. I'm the CEO and founder of Elliott Wave Forecast. We are not perfect, and nobody's perfect. And what I say this, at least what we're trying is to be as honest as we can with everyone, but most than anything, and honest as we can with the price action. For more that we want to something to turn into one favor or on the other, we cannot pretend and violate rules in our system. And when our system says something, we have to go for it. Keep calling it in that side, even when people don't like it, or even when it is against the general belief. And this video that I'm gonna do as now is a video that is gonna explain our view and only our view. Some of you guys will like it, some will not, but it's our view, and I want to be clear because it is something that I can feel it, that it is an instrument that is being talked on the street, and it is an instrument that it is in dangerous situation, and we don't see the rise in the horizon just yet. All right, so today's video is gonna be about CHK, right? And like I said, it is an instrument that unbelievable is trading at 57 cents a share. So it's very cheap. It's an instrument that, as far as it stay above zero, it works the long. And it's gonna be a long-term investment if you take the loan, because buying at this level just for a gain of a bound, let's say for 57 to around 2 or 3, I don't see that it was the trial, because if you're gonna get at this level, is a long time investment, and I've been saying that for the last few months, right? So this is CSK. Like I say, nobody's perfect in any way and form. In CSK, from the highs over here in 2011, CSK has been doing, it did a clear cut and ABC lower up to here. Then it react a little bit tricky, and it react in a way and we can be counted as a 5 weights if we want it in 2016. We in Elliott Wave Forecast, we saw a 139 a share CSK on 2016, 133 more or less, and we saw the price action, and at one moment, in all fairness, we were calling the low in place in CSK over here against this low. I'm going to explain the reasons why we were calling the low at the moment. And the reason is, first of all, it was very cheap over here. It was close to 1. And second, but most important, not because of the price, most important is that at the same time, in this low, which it was in February of 2016, we saw a rally in oil that started to extend, right? That rally started to extend. So I want everyone to follow me. I got a CSK at that moment, at this low. No question asked, I can call right there. I can call right here CSK completed as a 3 weeks decline here, right? And I see, and the way that we look at the market, we do see that this is a cycle from June of 2014. This is the 2011 cycle. And at that moment, we saw oil, this is the charts of oil, breaking the cycles from 2014 here and even the 2011 cycle. What happening is that at this stage, the market went for going in the first dimension to in the second dimension. And when we do overlay CHK to oil, at that stage, we went and we trade over here. Let me put CSK in top of oil over here and understand where we were at that moment. That was 2016. Our distribution system say at that moment that this cycle in oil ended and that this cycle in oil ended, and right for 4 is being that way. But CSK, they trade together with oil up to here perfectly. Then they decline, and then CSK do not participate in first dimension in this rally in oil. It failed to rally to the same magnitude. No us, nobody can forecast that. And that's the reason why at this moment, at one moment, we thought that the law was in place. There is no good in that. There is no system that is perfect. Neither our system is perfect. So we thought the opportunity there. I got the 3 weeks back right there. And we thought that the law was in place like it is in oil. Now, that was back in 2016. And then the stock has been trading lower. But now everyone wants to buy. And this is when we see things different than most. And this is when, as a courtesy, I want to tell you guys to be very careful, very responsible, because we see warnings still that there is a more downside in the horizon. Maybe there is more downside, a little more downside in the horizon. And the reason is the following. As I say, CSK relate to oil, but Exxon Mobil is or oil. This is the 2016 law in Exxon Mobil. This is the law in oil and CSK. And oil and Exxon Mobil took the laws of 2015. The way that we look at the market is that we do relay everything. Because if I go and I get back to this chart of oil right here, and I put, like I did already, CSK, there is no question that there is the same trade. Identicals, right? It's identicals. And if I go there and I put the charts of Exxon Mobil, it is also identicals, right? Look at the agreements in the lows right here in 2016. Look at the rally. Then the putback. Look how all the 3 then rally over here, and how from here, from the peak in October of 2018, everyone started the downside. Again, CSK here, oil is being sideways, and ExxonMobil is giving lowest low, lowest high, the same as CSK. Now, the issue with ExxonMobil is the following, is that ExxonMobil from this peak, it went and it did 3 weeks lower into our inflation area, right here. Right? ExxonMobil went and it did 3 weeks lower into our inflation area. And then ExxonMobil rallied here and 3 weeks higher into our selling inflation areas, right? And then now ExxonMobil is doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it is in a 7 swing with the target there. Now, what is interesting is that from the peak in April of 2019, Exxon Mobil is showing 5 swing lower. From this peak, is showing 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. In Elliott Wave, 5 do not end a sequence when it's corrective. It needs to be 3, 7, and 11, which is driving me to believe that Exxon Mobil now is gonna trade very soon into 64. It will bounce and then it will trade lower. So technically, personally, I suggest to you guys don't get into the fight of buying CHK at current level. Be smart. At this stage, ExxonMobil, it should do 64, a bounce, and 3 weeks lower, like this. It should do oscillate this way as presented in that chart. 64, a bounce, and another leg lower like the one from 2019. Now, remember, September and October of 2019. We get back here and we're gonna take CSK out of the equation and we're gonna look at oil. And it is no casualty right here that oil has the scoop to do 2 things. This is April, this is September. It's no casualty. It is the same highs as Exxon Mobil. If you look at it, and we look over here, this is Exxon, this is oil. Like I said before in the chart of Exxon. From over here, which is October of 2018, it did 3, 4, now 5, 6, and 7. If we look with oil, that would drive the conclusion that from here, oil, ExxonMobil did 3, and oil did this rally, or this decline, my bad. Then from the secondary peak in April, ExxonMobil should oscillate like this before ExxonMobil gonna rally, which drive me to believe that oil, it might go to 47 or even 33, right? Or remain trapped in a sideways consolidation here before resort to the outside. Remember that we are the ones saying that oil is gonna go to 93 to 100. It's just that I cannot overlook the idea that from April of 2019, ExxonMobil have a very technical 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, needs a 6 and a 7. So all will come down to this. All will come down in the charts of 4 hours of ExxonMobil. And I want you guys to understand that forecasting is the same with trading. It's a constantly analysis of what you're seeing, and analyzing the data. And the data the forecast can change based in the data, and I'm gonna give you an example out. This is ExxonMobil in the 4-hour chart. You have, like I say, these are no weights, these are sequence. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then these are 3 weeks. And then if you look over here, the RSI is showing 2 channels. There is the main channel from the peak here, it took the channel and this peak, so that's your connector, and the RSI, it is showing divergency over here. In our system, ExxonMobil should go all the way to 58, like we've been saying. ExxonMobil should do this, and another leg lower here in 3 weeks. Now, in our system, the blue boxes that you guys see, or the 100% extension, are reached 85% of the time. But there is a 15% of the time in which the market can end over here, right? So Exxon Mobil, it will bottom either here or here. That's when Exxon Mobil, it will bottom either here or here. And it will depend on how we reach this area. If this divergence is still in place when we reach 65.62, then ExxonMobil will go here and here. If the divergence is erased when we reach this area, ExxonMobil will rally from here, and consequently, CSK only is gonna do something like this, and it will trade a little bit lower. I would say maybe to the 40s. I don't know the number, but it won't go. It doesn't need to oscillate this way. I would say that from the peak here, which is no casualty, this peak in September is the same peak in September in ExxonMobil. So, to put it simple to you guys out there that do not understand the depth of this analysis, to put it simple, eventually they trade together, right? So, very simple. It's when ExxonMobil reached this area, around 65, 62, erase the divergence in this RSI, which, as you guys can see, is tremendous here. It's divergence there. In other words, if it does this and bounce and holding the divergence, ExxonMobil will do this decline over here. If that's the path, CSK is going to bound when ExxonMobil does 62, CSK is going to bound to 120. But then after, it will do the final leg lower before more upside. If when ExxonMobil does reach this area, erase the divergence in 4 hours, right here around 18, it read lower than 18 in momentum, the low in ExxonMobil can be in place, and just CSK will do rally from this area right here. It will rally after this oscillation over here. Both are possible. Both are showing the same end result. And I want to be clear about it. We do not make the market in any way and form. We don't make the market. We just know how it works. An example, like I say at the beginning of the video, is that in 2016, we were calling at once the low in CSK. The reasons, they were very clear. Oil ended the same cycle right there, over here. And we didn't have any reason at that stage, we didn't have any reason at that stage to call the double over here in ExxonMobil. At that moment, we were reading the market here. Oil ended the cycle, with ExxonMobil ended that cycle, and we thought that CSK also ended that cycle. Out of the three, oil, which was reading the distribution, still is holding the lows. ExxonMobil took it, and CHK took it. There is no crying in that. Nobody's perfect. And if you somebody pretend that we're perfect, nobody is. That's the bottom line. The same way, we knew, since then, we've been calling it lower since then. Since we saw the low breaking here in ExxonMobil, we adjusted and we started to call lower. The same someplace around here, we starting to call lower. Because we read the market. Oil still can see 33. Oil still can see 47. Because ExxonMobil it hasn't finished the decline. All depends on how we reach 62. If we reach it with divergence, I don't know what's going to happen with CSK. If that is the thrust into 62, 65, 62 in ExxonMobil erase the divergence, there is a chance that oil don't even see 47, no, even less 33. But still, as that divergence is in place, these things can trade lower. Exxon Mobil can trade lower, oil can trade lower, and even CSK trade lower. I want to show you guys this chart for example. That was in November of this year, the beginning. We were calling 168 and lower. It never reached. CSK never reached 168. It reached over here 159. But what matters for us is understanding the right side of the market, right? Not being perfect, understanding the right side of the market. The same way that it did reach the area, but we never told members here to buy it because we knew that more downside was coming because of Exxon Mobil and the fight swing that it was clear over here. We knew that CSK won't rally. On the other hand, when we were over here in 2016, we thought that we rallied, but we hold the long, saying that the low was in place until most likely over here around December of last year, when we saw that this low here give up. But I guarantee you that the oscillation here, they were called most likely the right way. But when this low breaks, we got no choice other than start calling it lower, because we cannot force the market. So overall, guys, it's a system. Overall, the message of the video is telling you guys the following. Keep an eye, if you trade in CSK, keep an eye in Exxon Mobil, how it reached 65, 62, which is this area. No buyers here, guys. No buyers. Honestly speaking, I don't have interest or anything. No buyers. I'm just trying to be honest with you guys. If this law goes with divergency against this law, then CSK, it will oscillate something like this, and it will make another oscillation to complete then 5 weeks from here, because this looks important. And until today, that is the forecast that we like for CSK. A bounce to around 1 and change to retest most likely a channel that it can be created here, and another marginal low before going higher. And all depends of if the hit of 65, 62 and Exxon Mobil come with divergency or not. There is no forcing here. The facts are clear. We don't follow fundamentals. We don't trade fundamentals trading. This is about sequence. There is 5 swings in Exxon Mobil. This law has 85% to be broken. And as far as Exxon Mobil is bearish, those are the facts. CSK is bearish and oil also is bearish. So all depends on how we reach this area, but the warning is be careful about how low CSK can go or how dangerous it is. It will be a reaction with Exxon Mobil reach 65, 62. Let's see how we reach that area. And one of these two scenarios, it will take place eventually, right? One of the two. Depends on how we'll reach the lows. But I'm just trying to give you an honest opinion. I'm just trying to give you an honest opinion of what this, how we see in a professional way CSK, and how we have seen it over the last few years, coming from the 2016 low when oil reached the low. We thought also at the moment that Exxon Mobil has a low, but if they failed to rally, and because they failed to rally, they are in this position now in which Exxon Mobil is calling lower, and CSK, believe it or not, can even see in the 30s if it's going to stay in business before everything is said and done. But keep an eye how Exxon Mobil reach this. If Exxon Mobil comes here with divergency, oil see 47 or even 33, right? And CSK is going to do a 4 and a 5, And then at 58, I don't know where CSK is going to be honest with you. But that will be when oil is going to rally. If this high is hit, is this low is reached with divergence. I hope you guys understand the view about CSK. And for those, this video is for non-members. I hope you guys understand how we look at the market. There is no fundamental trade here. I don't even know who owns CSK. I don't even know what's going on. I don't pay attention to that. We've been running these servers for the last 15 years without each ounce of fundamentals. We're very successful in this because we look at the market this way. We don't make the market. We just look at this. Nobody's perfect. We don't pretend to be perfect or core that we're perfect. I give you two examples. When we thought first that CSK found a lot here and it was not right, we gave you the reasons, which was oil at that stage and the index is rallying. And second is about 2 weeks ago when we called 168 to 105. In reality, it missed the entry by a few pips. Nobody's perfect. Or a few points, better say. Nobody's perfect. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys enjoyed the video, join us. We offer a 15-day free trial, 14 days free trials in which you guys can get this type of analysis in an everyday session that we provide live to members. So have a good day, everyone. And remember, nobody makes the market. Pretend that somebody makes the market is a mistake. Always manage your risk. Do not open your risk and trade smart. It's better to lose a trade than being holding a loser. I always say that to members. Have a good day, everyone. Thank you guys so